Down. I was muted. Sorry for that. I got a new stream deck and still getting used to it. I got the mute button on the stream deck, which hopefully I can show that right here. Stream deck got some little buttons that I can use for all sorts of things. Things like, you know, to the moon. Just with a button press, I, activated that little graph. But yeah, welcome back. Welcome back to Lucid Trading. I hope everybody had a great weekend so far. I sure have had a great long weekend. Yesterday was Labor Day, so, hope you had a great Labor Day. We don't really celebrate that here in the Netherlands, here in Europe. But yeah, that's let me just quickly link the stream. There we go. All right. So last week we had the stock market just heading upwards. I was really cautious. I'm still very cautious. Stocks were sitting really high. They're still sitting really high. We're seeing a little bit of volatility right now with the 10-year heading up. And we did discuss this. We did say that the 10-year was going to be going upwards. It's now up 2 percentage points. No surprise that is happening right now. But yeah, the 10 years going up right prior to the CPI, prior to the Federal Reserve talking about tapering potentially at the end of this month. And so I would say that it's still a good time to be holding cash. It's a very bad idea to be going all in on stocks. If you are 100% in stocks right now, you're going to lose money. There is no way around this. Stocks will not fly much, much higher than what we currently have seen. In the scenario where the stock market is going to go up, and it's going to keep going up, and then it crashes afterwards, you're going to lose money. In the scenario where we're going to see a correction, you're going to lose money. If the stock market is going to go flat, you're going to lose money. So, in my opinion, having some cash on the sidelines would be very ideal, to say the least. But yeah, anyway, once again, good morning. If you just joined, make sure you hit the like button right now. That would be very much appreciated. Hold on, let me see if I can turn on the TV for some extra lighting. Seems like that would be needed right now. Where is? Oh, there we go. All right. Take just a second. There we go. All right, that's a lot better. Fantastic. Yeah, so I just had to quickly fix the lighting, and I think it should be fine now. Okay, so the title of this stream, the title of this current stream is Stock Market Heading Even Higher in September after it went up 23%. And I said AI, Didi, Baba, Palantir are gold mines. And we're going to discuss those stocks, obviously, like we always do, right? We've been very bullish on Palantir and Didi and AI, and I still am. I do still think that these stocks will be doing pretty good, relative to the market even. Like, where some stocks might go up 10%, I think, and Alibaba's going to go up 20%. Didi, same story. But these stocks take a lot of patience. But when they do start moving, they will start moving big. Speaking of moves, look at that. The 10-year is still rising. It's up 2.5% right now. That is very bad for the growth stocks. There we go. The dollar is rising as well. Yeah, we said it was going to be coming back down to this trend line and then bounce off of that. And I would say exactly that is happening right now. So we're seeing the dollar bounce back. It kind of bottomed out at 92, which was a support level. And with the dollar rising right now, and with the 10-year rising, that's a very bad signal for the growth stocks, for the tech stocks, etc. We also have gold coming down, of course, because the dollar is going up. U.S. oil coming back down. Bitcoin is heading back down. Look at that massive move on Bitcoin. We said Bitcoin could probably spike one more time before any kind of correction. And we're seeing a correction in crypto where Bitcoin is down 3%. You know, Ethereum is coming back down 4.5%. Cardano is already down it's down 15% from the high that we recently had. I would say the major reason that this is happening is because of the dollar heading up. And I think the dollar heading up right now might also be because maybe people are anticipating that prices are coming back down. Or at least staying flat, right? Because you have to think about it. Precious metals and cryptos, they're heavily dependent on the dollar weakening. And when you have the dollar strengthening, when it's going up, it's like the kryptonite for cryptos and precious metals. There we go. All right, fantastic. Yeah, ADA now down 6.7%. Ethereum is down 4.3%. Oh my gosh. It does look like it's holding the 50-day moving average. With Cardano, it's looking worse. It looks like it's just going to keep going down. All right, let's see. BBIG, Tesla. Yeah, Tesla's had some good news. We had Elon Musk coming out and saying that, basically saying that the stock price is not too high, saying that it is worth $700 billion and it's going to rise. He thinks it's going to rise to $3,000. Yeah, that's definitely bullish, right? When the CEO confirms it. I mean, we have seen in the past Elon saying things like, "Hey, Tesla's overvalued," and then the stock just plummeted. We're seeing the opposite now, where he's saying, "Hey, we might actually get to $3,000 per share," which is Cathie Wood's target for Tesla. That's the base target. Which, if that happens, I mean, guess what? That means we're going to see a 4x from here, at least. And so people get excited, and they're starting to buy Tesla stock like crazy. Yeah, there you go. Percentage upwards in the pre-market, 741. Despite the fact that the Nasdaq is negative, the Russell's negative. So that's happening because of that. Because of Elon, most likely. Elon and Cathie Wood both had a big impact on the sentiment around Tesla stock. So it's now sitting at 741.5. I can tell you this. I mean, I've been holding Tesla for a while. I think I'm going to hold this bad boy until it hits around 800. And that's where I'm going to start cutting off most of my positions on Tesla. It's next Tuesday. It's on the 14th, so it could be next Tuesday. Yeah, so next Tuesday we're going to have the CPI for the month of August. It's going to be reported in September. And, well, I think the CPI report is going to indicate that we're going to see slowing inflation. Which, if that is true, well, guess what? That would be incredible for the growth stocks that have plummeted 60%, 70%. Since they were affected by the fact that inflation was coming back up, which were discounting future earnings and also pushing up the 10-year yield. And so if we see that the CPI is indicating slowing inflation, an inflection point, so to speak, everybody likes to use that word nowadays, that would be beautiful. That would mean that the Federal Reserve would possibly even delay its tapering. Given the fact that we have COVID going around as well. Because, obviously, if inflation is going up higher and higher and higher, that's going to push the Federal Reserve to actually do something about it. So, yeah. But, yeah, so far, markets seem to, seem to not like the fact that the 10-year is going up. It's coming back down. You know, there's COVID fears going around. Let me check what's happening with the S&P. Yeah, the S&P is down 0.3 percentage points, so that's it's not that much, but it's still negative. Can't say that is super positive. Hold up, there we go. Let me just link it one more time. Alright, that's the last time. Yeah, so I have got this Stream Deck right now, and I will be adding some functionalities to it, because I got some functionalities right now that I would normally use. Like, for example, if I would just let's say Tesla's going up, I can press this button. I'm like, okay, so it's going to be bullish, right? And then you see that. I also have the market open, market close right here. So I used to go back to OBS, this program that I use, and then click it manually every single time. I do realize that there are buttons on your keyboard to be used, but I think the Stream Deck is a lot more useful. But I'll be adding some sound effects. For, you know, let's say the market is coming down, I'll add like a sound effect or something like that. Nothing too, let's just say, nothing too annoying. But yeah, we'll be adding some sound effects every now and then. So yeah, it's gonna be cool. Let's see what's happening with Didi. Didi is up 2.3% right now. That is pretty interesting. Yeah, I'm holding a boatload of Didi at $7, so I like to see that one go up. Alibaba didn't go down, so we have to delete this. Just delete everything. Looks like it hit the 20-day moving average on the 4 hours. And then bounced off. It's now sitting at 174.1. Yeah, and I'm looking at the MACD and RSI. I'm not so convinced yet. It seems like it's going to trade within this range at this lower bound for now. Yeah, nevertheless, it is up 2.2% in the pre-market. Maybe it opens up green. You never know with these Chinese stocks. They could be up 5% in the pre-market, and the market opens up, it's down 5%. I've seen that very often with both Didi and Alibaba. We got a $10 donation coming in here from Ronald Anderson. Thank you so much. Ronald says, GGPI is on the move up. Polestar announcement is going to be soon. Let me check that. Hold up. Yeah, I think it's going to be huge. I do think it's going to go up a lot. I don't know much about whether that announcement is going to come soon or not. I do think when it does come, it's going to move. The same way we saw it with Lucid Motors, with Nikola, with all these other SPACs. It's definitely going to move. But it requires some patience. Because maybe they don't. Maybe they don't announce anything for 3 months. Or maybe 6 months. Who knows? You know, if they would announce something next week, everybody would be piling up on this stock. So I don't think it's happening anytime soon. Let me check if there's any news related to this stock. Yeah, there's nothing confirmed yet. Breaking news, Gara discovered hotkeys. Oh, I already had hotkeys. It's just, I think the Stream Deck is just a lot more useful. And it's also like, when you use the hotkeys on your keyboard, well, you're using keys on your keyboard that you're already using for other things, which is just the most annoying thing. Alright, so the 10-year is not willing to back down, but it's hitting a resistance level right here at 1.37. So it should be able to pull back soon, I would argue. This is what we said the other time, that it would rise from 1.3 to 1.4. And then once it gets really close, potentially pull back again, as we've seen here. You know, this is not the first time that it's happened. If it doesn't pull back, well, guess what? We're looking at a market correction. I mean, I truly think that the market wouldn't be able to take the yield going up this much. Because you have to keep this in mind. Banks are starting to slowly stop loaning money to people. And, well, with the 10-year rising, which is going to make it even tougher down the road, that's bad news. You don't want to see that happen. You want to see the 10-year flat or go down. And right now it's rising. And it's going to have an impact. So yeah, growth stocks are down. Nasdaq is down slightly. Although we're not seeing any big moves. Let me check the VIX right now. I want to take this one. Yeah, it's actually starting to go up. There you go. It is up 5.8%. Seems like there's a big move coming. We just don't know what yet. Could be the correction that I've been talking about. We have a $5 donation from Alibaba. Thank you so much. Alibaba says, "Hey Gara, can you check Sava and Virgin Galactic?" Yeah, I'll take a look at Cassava Sciences in a second. Also, once again, good morning to everybody. Hope y'all had a great long weekend. I sure had. It was pretty awesome. Sometimes it's nice to just cool off, just throw the charts away, and spend some time with family and friends. It was also Labor Day, so I hope you had a great Labor Day. We don't have a Labor Day here, at least not in the Netherlands. So I was like looking at the charts. I was like, oh damn, market's closed on Monday. Oh well. But yeah, I'm happy you're back. Make sure you hit the like if you like the stream, and it does help the stream. It helps with the algorithm and whatnot. So make sure you do that. Also, let me know in the chat which stocks you would like me to cover. I'll get inspired and maybe I'll pick up a stock and just cover it straight on the spot. So let me know in the chat. Cassava Sciences. Yeah, so damn. It's still heading down, eh? It's incredibly oversold. I expected it to spike. It did spike, though. It's not like it didn't spike. It did spike. Look at that. It went from 52 to 63. Although it fell down, like, right after. It's still looking very bad. Yeah, right. So I think the next support is sitting maybe at around 45-ish. Somewhere there. Yeah, it could go as low as 35, I think, at this point. Yeah, it's not. We're not seeing a lot of strength. The volume's going down. Yeah, this is really bad for Cassava Sciences. We're seeing back-to-back drops to the downside. And we're also seeing the market being negative here. I'm going to say we're going to see it drop a little further before we see a bounce at this point. I mean, we're leaving supports behind. It's just not clear where it could bounce here. 42. I mean, we're definitely below the 200-day moving average. It's the first time in like at least 8 to 9 months that we are below the 200-day moving average. It doesn't happen very often with this stock. Yeah, weekly still very negative. Below the 50-day moving average. Yeah, maybe we're gonna be retesting 42. Maybe we see a little bit of a bounce, but retest at 42 right here. And then possibly bounce back again. But yeah, at this point, it's just looking more like it's going to consolidate than anything. So if it does bottom out, it's going to take several days, several weeks, probably, until it's going to head up again. Looking pretty bad at the moment. And Virgin Galactic... I think Virgin Galactic is definitely looking a lot better than Cassava Sciences. We're already sitting at a support level, so that's nice. And on the daily chart, I mean, we have this massive gap that could be filled to 21.8. So in any scenario where the market is heading down, that gap is going to be filled. I don't think we're going to go back to 17. It just seems to be unlikely at this point. Man, keep in mind, we're already down 60%. It's not like Virgin Galactic is only down 20% or something. We're down 60%, almost 60% from the all-time high right there. So it's down a lot from the all-time high. And well, this area tends to be a support zone. Obviously, the stock is going down, or has been going down, because of bad news that we had recently with the FAA. Yeah, I think it's going to probably head back up again. Just go back to 25, 26 very, very soon. Unless the market corrects right here, right now. I don't see Virgin Galactic going down that much more. We already had like most of the bad news behind us now. I mean, what are they going to announce? Like, oh, Richard Branson is going to totally retire, or they would have to announce some really bad news, or the stock market would have to be correcting right now for the stock to be going down lower. Which is happening, right? We're seeing the Russell go down, the Nasdaq is going down, so we'll have to watch out for that. But if it doesn't happen, if today's green, the whole week is green, this stock will be going up back to 25, 26. It's not bad. It's going to slowly recover. We just don't have that many catalysts right now for Virgin Galactic. It's, you know, in fact, we've had some bearish catalysts just in the past. I don't think we're going to go back to the 17, 18 level. I think after the flights that we had recently, it seems to be unlikely. There's more people that are interested in Virgin Galactic now, with all the media attention that we had. And fundamentally speaking, I mean, they're allowed to go to space. Their business is going to be up and running. Tesla's still heading up, sitting at 741.8. We have Neo going up 1.4%. Of us very bullish on Neo. Xpeng up 0.86%. Lucid Motors, even Lucid Motors going up. Remember what we saw? We saw it go down all the way back to 15, and then pulled back up 30%. And it's slowly heading back up to 20. C3.ai is doing what C3.ai does best. It's going down. Down 0.87%. We have Palantir. I think it's kind of flat right now. See if I can search it up. Yeah, it's not really doing a whole lot. At least not at this moment. AI is down. Let's see if Didi's. Yeah, so what we're seeing is just, you know, stocks that were up in the pre-market are now coming down. It's a classic. Alright, so Alibaba, please. LAZR. Early September was bullish after Labor Day last year. Yeah, early September last year is different from this year, because last year we had like almost 0 interest rates. Interest rates have gone up, and they're going up today. At least the 10-year yield is going up. So you can't really compare, honestly. It's very different. Very, very different. Okay, so I wanted to check out LAZR. Is this a pump and dump stock? Because I've heard this on Wall Street Bets very often. Yeah, right. It didn't do a whole lot right after July. I think that was when the CPI was going negative, or actually was going up, right? So inflation was heading up, so the stocks went down, the growth stocks. And this is a growth stock, right? Because they're burning tons of money right now. with little to no revenue. This is interesting, though, because people were offering to buy this stock at 37. That's pretty crazy, considering that it's sitting at 17.17 right now. And it still has a market cap of 5.9 billion. It's not a very small market cap. I mean, if we have like some kind of market crash, it could definitely get back to like maybe $1 billion market cap or something. Which would basically mean it's going to go all the way down here. I think we're probably going to see stocks like Luminar Technologies, LAZR. We're going to see these go up. But it will take some time. Like, we're talking probably at the end of the month. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it just gradually comes back up. At first, I think we're going to see that good old $20 move. The $20 price tag, potentially. That would be quite possible at this point. With CPI potentially inflecting downwards, Jerome Powell basically not saying that we're going to be seeing tapering, that could be possible. All right, we have 17 minutes left until the market is going to be opening up here. Make sure you smash the like, and also I'll be starting a poll right now. Will CPI be lower or higher? See what people think. AMC's up in the pre-market. It's probably not doing much, is it? It's up 3%. That's not a whole lot. Not for AMC, at least. I think AMC is it's been doing nothing, right? People hope it's going to go to 100,000. That's why they're holding it. It's like, maybe it's going to go to 100,000, which is like the most irrational thing you can think. It's like, oh, maybe the stock is going to go up 1,000 times within the next 3 months. No, that's not how it works. But yeah. I mean, people are still holding on. They're hodling. It is what it is. C3 is recovering slightly. Palantir is finally heading up in the pre-market now. That's nice. We got 52% of people saying that CPI might be lower. That would be nice if that were to be the case here. It would be a very positive outcome. Up 3% is not a whole lot. Yeah, it is not. For AMC, the stock that went up 100%, 200% in days, it's nothing. You're not buying AMC to get 3%. You're buying AMC to get a doubling or tripling. And if it's not doing that, then you're better off elsewhere, honestly. You're better off in like 99% of stocks. Yeah, so Didi is doing the classic move to the upside and then dropping down all the way. It's very disappointing, but this is what's happening. We still haven't had earnings yet for Didi, which is kind of weird because they usually report earnings around the 2nd or 3rd of September. It's the 7th of September now. We haven't had earnings yet. Which is just weird as hell. See if I can find some information about that. Probably I won't, but I'm going to check anyway. Nope. They did not announce anything. They didn't even announce it. Right? So prior to reporting earnings, you announce that you're going to have earnings and there's going to be a web call. You can join at this time. They didn't even announce it, which is just I don't know what to do with that. Seems like we're not going to get earnings for Didi. All right. Gara, thoughts on Open Door as a company? Let me check Open Door. Isn't this real estate software, whatnot? They went from earning 4.7 billion to earning 2.5 billion. At least from what I'm seeing here. I think this is probably glitched. This is not the case. There's no way that they were earning 4.7 billion. No way, right? Quarterly basis, earning 1.2 billion right now. Net income is down 150 million. Then why is the market cap sitting so low? Do they have like a lot of debts or something? Like, could be the case. I mean, Open Door, it went from, like, in February, remember that? It went from 39.7 all the way down to 13. That's crazy. Down 64%. And it's not like they don't have revenue. Look at this. I mean, they have revenue. They are growing. They are growing fast. Operates an online platform for buying, selling, and trading in residential properties. Right. It sounds pretty good to me. I haven't seen the balance sheet. Could be the fact that the balance sheet is really bad. That might be the reason why it's still down a lot. But, you know, what I'm seeing on the technicals is that, you know, volumes are heading up. MACD's crossing, RSI heading up. Which, it's looking bullish. It's looking pretty good. I do think we're probably going to see it top out short term on open. Yeah, I think this rally could continue. Like, we could definitely see it go back to 22. Wouldn't be surprised. I think growth stocks are in a peculiar position right now with CPI coming up on the 14th, which is next week's Tuesday. If it's not heading higher, then I think stocks like Open Door, you know, C3.ai, Palantir, all of them, they're going to go up. And we're probably seeing people anticipate that right now, which is why it's been going up past couple weeks. Because remember, after earnings, it fell. It fell a lot and then came back up. I think what's happening here is people are realizing that we could potentially see taper be delayed. The inflation that we've been seeing could slow down now. And that would mean the growth stock party is coming up. Which means, you know, lots of people are going to start getting back into the growth stocks. The high risk growth stocks. Match Group is going to join S&P 500 on September 20th. Match Group, right? So basically Tinder. Yeah, we were right about this. Well, I said it was going to bottom right around 138. It came back down to 131 and then bounced back. It did bounce very nicely. Looks like it's up 8% in the pre-market. So it was announced today. Probably was announced today, right? That they were going to be joining the S&P. Because why else would it be up 8% at the moment? Gara, will Tesla pull back after the $750 mark has been reached? I think it could. We still don't have any kind of catalyst other than that the market is remaining stable, which is also short term. We don't know if that's going to be the case next week, since we have CPI coming up. You know, Jerome Powell's going to be speaking at the end of the month, the 26th. So I'm still being cautious. I still have a lot of my capital in the stocks right now, roughly 40% of it. I'm not going to be using that until we see some kind of correction. But yeah, Match.com is heading up quite a bit right now. Although the monthly was heading down. So it was looking pretty bad, right? It was looking like we're going to see a big correction. I'm not so interested in Match.com right now, honestly. I think with people going outside more, with the economy opening up and everything, I believe Match.com is not going to do so well. They've already kind of got their peak earnings because of COVID. How they're going to be getting high, how they are going to be able to grow faster than that, I don't know. Probably not. All right, 8 minutes left until the market is going to open, and we still have the 10-year heading up. Look at that. On the weekly, the 10-year is looking like it's going to cross on the MACD, and we could see a spike. And looking at the markets right now, they're not taking it well, right? We've got the Russell heading down, the Nasdaq's heading down. I think the S&P now also heading down. Yeah, there you go. Down 0.36%. It looks like the MACD could cross. It's looking pretty bad. It's looking pretty bad. Yeah, even the cryptos are pulling back. And cryptos have done pretty well. Alright, 7 minutes until the market opens. We're getting pretty close. I've been waiting for that. Because, a long weekend, right? I don't know if you guys have this, but at some point it's like you're looking at your chart, your trading portfolio, and you're like, darn it. Just wanna buy some stocks right now. Live right now for market open. Here we go. I'm going to quickly check my portfolio while I'm at it, actually. I want to see what's happening. Because I can trade on the pre-market for some of my stocks. Yeah, S&P is still sitting lower. And nothing significant happening so far. It's just, indices are slowly heading down. Gold is heading down still. Cryptos are heading down. I want to check Alibaba. I think Alibaba was making a move to the upside. It's up 2% right now, which is not bad. I mean, with the market heading down, Alibaba heading up 2%, that's pretty great. Loving it. Obviously, it's not listed on the U.S. It is listed on the U.S. stock exchange, but it's not a U.S. company necessarily. So it won't be affected as much as some other stocks. Yeah, I've actually bought into Virgin Galactic, I think, Friday. And I think it's going down. Yeah, there you go. It's down 0.25%. That is annoying. It is what it is. I think I made some coffee. There we go. Always nice to have a cup of coffee right before the market opens up. So the dollar is still going up. It's moving like a rocket ship right now. That is crazy. We're seeing some mass liquidations right now. Like, seriously, that is not good. That is just money escaping the market and straight up going to the dollar. Probably. Either getting out of the bond market to the dollar or from the stock market. I think both at this point. People are getting out of the bond market and the stock market, and they're getting into the dollar. That's what we're seeing right now, at least. And that's not a good thing for stocks in general. However, I have to argue that if this potentially means CPI is heading lower, if people are anticipating that, then that could definitely be a good thing for the riskier stocks that are very dependent on yields remaining stable and not heading higher. All right, we have 4 minutes left until the market opens up. Let me see if I can view the chat right here. There we go. Yes, I can. And we had a poll running up. Will the CPI be lower or higher for the 14th of September? 50-50, right? So people think 50% says higher, 50% says lower. That's interesting. You don't see that very often, actually. It tends to be quite polarizing, where people think it's either one or the other. Like an 80-20 ratio. Okay, SoFi is going up, somebody said. Is it? Let me check SoFi. Yeah, SoFi is running up. I'm very bullish on SoFi. There was this other stock, Tattooed Chef. How is that one doing right now? Yeah, I thought it was going to be able to reach 26. We had 25.4, which is not bad at all. And it's correcting right now, which makes sense, right? We had a massive push to the upside on Tattooed Chef. I think it's going to head back to $20 at this point, honestly. Maybe consolidate there and go back upwards, but that's what I'm seeing. Looks like C3.ai will hit 55 today. I don't know. Is it heading up right now? I don't think so. I think C3 is still struggling. Like right as we speak. Yeah, it's sitting at 50.5. BBIG. This is a pump and dump, I think. Short squeeze, right? I think this was short squeezed. Yeah. I wouldn't touch this. Russell's heading down even faster now. Looks like we're going to see a solid pullback on the Russell at this point. All right, 2 minutes until the market opens up. 2 minutes until the opening bell. Should give you a little preview. That's the opening bell. Love this stream deck. It's pretty good. It looks like the Russell is going to be heading down. A little bit bearish right now on the Russell. Main reason, obviously, 10-year. Although the 10-year, like what we've been saying, it's now hitting that resistance point where it could be pulling back. So that's interesting to watch. If it does pull back, we'll probably see a brief pullback on the Russell and then just recover very easily right after. And, yeah. Cryptos are still pulling back so far. What's Palantir doing? Palantir's heading up, going to that $27 target that we gave Palantir 1 month ago. So we're finally there. Very, very close. Snowflake is heading down. C3 is heading down. Apple heading up. Wow, Apple's hitting all-time highs right now. And the market is up. Let's take a look at what's happening with Tesla right here, honestly. Sitting at 740. There we go. Opening bell. Fantastic. 740.7. Still sitting at 740. All right. Oh, wow. Okay, 743.4. It's heading up fast. 1.3% to the upside. Neo going up 1.6%. Li Auto up 1.9%. Xpeng up 1.5%. Even AI coming into the green. AMC up 3%. Markets are... Russell's still red. Nasdaq is still red. But everything is kind of slowly recovering to the upside. The 10-year is up 2% still. Not falling back down. Let's check other stocks here. Nvidia is flat. AMD is flat. Alibaba up 2.3%. And Tesla sitting at 744. It's heading up. After the bullish statements that we had from Elon Musk on Twitter, we're finally seeing Tesla move a little bit, right? Didi up 1.5%. Interesting. Let me just quickly check my own stocks right now. Yeah, Tesla's looking amazing right now. People are buying in like crazy. And you can see on the MACD here, it is crossing. It's about to cross. I think we're heading straight to the 750s, which is something we've said in the past, right? It was going to go to the 750s and then correct. And then, you know, we're getting close. It's up almost 2%. It is up 2%, 748 on Tesla. Yeah, Tesla's skyrocketing right now. It is doing good. Yeah, I doubt that we're going to see it go up significantly above 750 at this point, because I still believe that we need a proper catalyst, and right now we haven't. We still haven't gotten one yet, other than the markets remaining stable and still heading higher. Hey, look at that. C3.ai is going up 1.3%. Like I said, the CEO of C3.ai came out and said, we're going to grow faster next quarter and the quarter after that and the year after that. We're going to grow way faster because of the partnerships that we have with Google, Microsoft, Amazon, etc. I think they're reversing their course. They're going to start doing better and better over the coming months. Right. What's happening with Virgin Galactic? It's down 0.8%. Unfortunately, still kind of negative. Didi coming up. Look at that. Didi up 2.7%. It is spiking again. Let's see if that's going to last. Interesting. Wow. Both Didi and Alibaba are incredibly green. Didi up 2.6%. We have Alibaba up 2.3%. Tesla still up 2%. And just all the Chinese EV stocks heading up 2.4%, 2% on Li Auto, XPeng 2.1%. Lucid Group negative. Oof, that's painful. C3.ai up 2% today. That's how we do. That's how we freaking do. Yeah, so C3 is up 2%, doing pretty well. I think it should be going a lot more, honestly. With the recent earnings web call, the CEO practically just said, "Hey, we're going to make a lot of money next quarter." And I mean, the stock hasn't even appreciated that much. Wow, Palantir is rejecting the 26.8. Failing to go above 27 so far. It's down 0.5 percentage point. We have the Russell about to go positive. The Nasdaq is still down 0.5 percentage point. With the, look at that. Apple, it hit an all-time high at 155.1, and it pulled back right after. Microsoft down 0.5%. Facebook down 0.7. Google is about to go down here. Even Amazon, potentially. Although Netflix is doing good with the recent updates that they came out with, that they're going to be pretty much focusing on a new segment, which is the gaming market. I think they're going to stream gaming. But, yeah, it's sitting at 600 right now. I, myself, I'm not convinced yet about Netflix plans. If they start showing some results, then I would consider it bullish again, and I would probably buy some stock. But at this point, I would refrain from this because their user growth has been rather flat recently. Wow, Tesla is still pushing. Look at that. To the freaking moon. Yeah, I really love that Stream Deck. It is awesome. Yeah, Tesla's still climbing right now. I'm very happy with it. I've got a really, a chunk of my portfolio is just Tesla, and it's just moving like a rocket ship right now. I'm just a little afraid that we're going to see a pullback very soon at 750 because there's no catalyst at this moment. Like, nothing is happening next week or 2 weeks from now or 3 weeks from now. We don't have deliveries coming up soon. That's a month from now. So I'm a little bit afraid of that. And, you know, it is the month of September, and Tesla's heading higher. 751. Here we go. We're hitting that target that I set out, which is right at that trend line. Up 2.3%. Both Didi and Baba are kind of going down right now, just down slightly. That's kind of sad. Virgin Galactic is going down lower. Look at that, down 1%. Robinhood down 0.8%. Value stocks, value stocks are kind of red. Semiconductors are going red. Some of these growth stocks that we have in this list are going red. C3.ai up 2.2%. That is really nice. C3.ai now up 2.5%. 2.6%. It's skyrocketing right now, honestly. I mean, relative to the market. Speaking of skyrocketing, Tesla is now up 2.7%. It's hitting 753. It is mooning. Neo up 3% as well. Gara, how's AI looking? Will it hit 55? Maybe. I think AI is looking really good. I think what is happening here, we had the long weekend. I think what happened is investors and traders alike, they had the long weekend to think about what happened with C3.ai's earnings and potentially figured out that they're going to go up. There's no way to put it, but they're going to have better earnings. The CEO is guiding for better earnings. And this CEO has been very consistent. So, I mean, the stock is going to go up if that's the case. It just will, because they have these formulas that they use. If you change the growth rate, the stock price will be higher. And so, well, people are starting to buy C3.ai before next earnings at cheap prices. With potential CPI heading down, maybe tapering getting delayed. C3 is looking good. So we had this big shock to the downside. I would say the major reason that happened is because of the EPS not being significant enough. But that EPS was explained by the CEO. They were marketing a lot. They're marketing for the next quarters so that people know what they're selling, basically. And I had seen a lot of advertisements from C3.ai. But it's up 3.1%. I don't want to get too excited about this because, I mean, it's still down a lot. Still down a lot right now. Didi is now shooting up 3.1%, sitting at 9.3. Very interesting. It's starting to finally give us some juice. Have some coffee. Baidu is also up 3.1%. Wow. Okay, so C3 is holding up. It's not yet pulling back. Although, keep in mind, we have a gap right there to around 52.7 for C3. So it could fill the gap and then pull back, which would mean, hey, maybe it goes up another percentage point, and then we might see a little bit of red. Keep in mind, stocks don't only go up, they go up, they correct, they go up, they correct, go sideways, etc. Didi had good news. That's really. Let me see if I can find that on Twitter. Usually I can. Didi stock. Yeah, the news must be really recent because I can't find anything on it on Twitter. But yeah, Didi's skyrocketing right now. If somebody could please link me that in the chat, that would be awesome. So apparently the Chinese government is investing in Didi, which obviously is a great thing for the stock. Let's see. Didi is now up 3.5%. It is mooning. C3.ai still sitting at 52. Didi, I'm loving it. I'm trying to find the Didi news right now. So difficult to find news these days. At least the most recent one. Maybe it's on Yahoo Finance. There we go. No, I can't find anything on it. But yeah, Didi is now up 4 percentage points. Or up 3.7 right here. Which is definitely pretty great. Yeah, Didi is now up 4%. And we have Alibaba now going up 2.4%. Interesting. Didi still up, or C3.ai up 3%. AMC up 6%. And look at that. Didi is just skyrocketing. Look at that. 4.2%, 4.3%. Tesla sitting at 753. This, so far, I mean, this is a great day. Chinese EV stocks, NIO up 3.4%. XBang up 3.1%. Crypto's falling. The Russell's green. The Nasdaq is still red, but not that much. Dow Jones is down the most today. Interesting, right? Very interesting. Right before CPI, Dow Jones going down the most. Interesting move. It basically means that people are expecting slowing inflation. I think that's what we're going to see here. I think Didi is still very cheap. It's sitting at $9.4, where the IPO was at $14. Remember this, the IPO for Didi was at $14. And then it had an all-time high of 18. It's sitting at 9.4 right now. I mean, so long as Didi is not going to get delisted, it's going to go up. There's no way around this. We're seeing Alibaba push up higher here as well. Look at that. Very nice. Tencent up 4.4%. BYD up 5. It's up 6.9% right now. That is insane. I want to check CD Projekt. What's happening to these bad boys? Oh, they're actually heading down. Yeah, down 0.7%. Oh well. Can't have them all, eh? Tesla's up 2.8%, sitting at 754. Wow. Very nice. We're sitting at resistance, so be very careful. It could pull back any moment. Although I'm going to have to say, because of the recent bullish news that we had in the long weekend from Elon, from Cathie Wood, I think we're looking at a larger move to the upside at this point. Maybe we'll go back to like 770s. Could be possible. Maybe a slight downturn, but let's see. There we go. Yeah, the previous line that we drew, that was before the weekend. In the weekend, we had some bullish headlines come out, both from Cathie and from Elon. So, wouldn't be surprised if we see a larger push to the upside at this point. Didi still heading up. Alibaba still heading up. I am liking this so far. Here we go. Yeah, so Alibaba now up 2.7%. Still flying higher. Same with Didi, 4.3%. BYD 5.6, so it's falling back down a little. AI is falling a little bit as well. Look at that, 2.5. Yeah, so looks like Tesla's hitting resistance. Uz coming in here with a $2 donation. Thank you so much. Uz says, hey, can you check open? We actually did check open moments ago, but I'll check it again. No problem. Thank you for that donation. Let me check open. Yeah, I'm very bullish on open. It's up 2.5% today. And I think we're probably heading to the $22 at this point. That's the next big resistance. Although 21, 22, like right around that zone, I think we're going to see some struggles as we've had that in the past as well. And, you know, the stock is overbought. MACD's still heading up. Volume's been pretty good. But I think we're probably going to top out very soon. I think we probably have another 10% coming up and then tops out again on open. Something more like this, right? So say we go up and then we come back down. AI is still heading down. And Didi is up 4.5%. Baba up 3%. It just doesn't stop. It just does not stop. Beautiful. Virgin Galactic now up as well. Remember, Virgin Galactic just a couple seconds ago was down a percentage point. Now it's up 0.4%. Looks like we're going to see that spike here as well. Every time stocks go up, Palantir drops, somebody said. Yeah, that seems to be a bit of a pattern. Unfortunately, that has been the case recently. Okay, Virgin Galactic is now starting to move up. I like that a lot. I move this bad boy. There we go. All right. I mean, the MACD on Didi is crossing still. But this zone right here has been difficult to go above of. I think once it breaches this zone, we're heading straight to $10. And once we're above $10, well, the sky is going to be the limit at that point. Does Gara day trade? I tend to avoid day trading because when you're day trading, your competition are algos, really. I like to swing trade. I like to buy something and hold it for a couple weeks, hold it for maybe a couple months. C3.ai is a good example. It's more of a long-term swing trade. I'm holding this stock since, I think, February. And I don't usually do that, obviously. But it was a losing stock at the time, but the fundamentals were still strong. So I decided to keep holding it and just average down. With most stocks, I tend to hold them for like a week or two, sometimes a couple months, maybe a month, and then I sell for a profit. Didi is a good example. 2 months, bought it at $7 eventually, $7, $8. It's now heading up. I'm starting to take some profits every now and then, and riding the wave. And that's the swing trade right now. I'll say that's my most successful one at the moment. Probably. Is it? Yeah, right now at the moment, yeah. So Didi is carrying the portfolio. Which is pretty awesome. Virgin Galactic is heading up higher. Look at that, 0.7% right now. Magdi's about to cross. I'm telling you guys, it looks like Virgin Galactic is going to head up. It's going to spike. I think we're going to see a big spike on Virgin Galactic. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a big spike, maybe to 25 today. The market remains stable here. I'm just saying. It's still sitting at 24.4, down 60% from the all-time high, which is quite a significant amount. So I'm looking at Virgin Galactic probably spiking soon. Let me check the 30 minutes. Yeah, Virgin Galactic is looking really good. We have lots of room to run. Volumes could potentially spike today. It's already green, 0.8%, right? So looks like the Chinese stocks are taking off here. You see that? Chinese stocks are like, people are starting to like them again, which is nice. Alright, let's see. I think I forgot to link my PayPal. Like I always do. Fantastic. Yeah, that link in the chat, I'm just going to have to pin that in the chat. I wish YouTube had a functionality where you could just put your donation provider. I prefer PayPal over anything, honestly. Because YouTube takes a 50% cut, which is a very large cut. Alright. Oh yeah, so I said Virgin Galactic was going to spike. I wasn't lying. There you go. It's starting to spike. This is nothing. I think it's going to go up a lot. I think we're ready for Virgin Galactic to go up like 5% today. It's up 1.4% today. Let's see if it's going to hold up at this point. Wow, Didi is up 5.7% right now. That is crazy. That is so nutty. That is insane. Like, people are excited about Tesla going up 3%. Meanwhile, Didi is going up 5.5%. And it has way more room to go. Yeah, so Tesla now up 3%, sitting at 756. Oh my gosh. No kidding, right? When you have Elon Musk stating some incredibly bullish things and Kathy Wood doing that in the same weekend, I mean, it's bound to happen. It's bound to go up. You know, they hyped up the stock and now it's heading up. Yeah, Didi is sitting at 9.5 now. Alibaba is struggling to go to that 180, but it's still green. From all these Chinese stocks, it's doing the worst, but still. I think Alibaba's going to be fine. Alright. Let's see. Do you think Tesla will go back down to the 500 to 700 range? Yes, I do think it's going to happen. Probably not this year. I think 600 could be happening. I think 600 could still be happening, but I don't think 500 is going to happen again this year. Maybe next year. Next year, I think it's still possible. Because we have tapering coming up, you know, potentially interest rates heading up. That is not good for Tesla. Yeah, but right now, I think we're sitting at, you know, their last earnings was amazing. Next earnings, probably going to be even better. And then we have Q4 coming up, which is the best quarter of the year. So what I think, when we go from Q4 to Q1, that is where you see the stock going down, depending on the situation. But that's after tapering. So assuming that the tapering is going to happen around Q1 of next year, I think that's the time where Tesla's going to suffer, because Q4 is the best quarter, Q1 is the worst quarter. When you go from the best quarter to the worst quarter, that's generally when you see the stock move down. Apple hitting all-time highs. Look at that. Apple hitting at 155.6. It is moving. Sitting at a 2.56 trillion market cap. And it's moving higher. There you go. I think there's a little bit of room left. But this does look like a melt up top. What it looks like right now, to me at least, it's kind of looking like we see another spike for the Apple event and then big move down. And it could be a very big move down because, you know, considering the trend, we're looking at like back to the 140s. At least that is my estimation right now. Something like that. Didi is falling now again. Look at that. Whoa, what the hell happened to Virgin Galactic? Did you see that? That is wild. The stock went up like 1.5% and instantly dropped. In an instant it dropped. So we're talking... That's very interesting. So it dropped 1.4% like that. Which basically means we're probably looking at a hedge fund that's selling Virgin Galactic stock. I don't think retail can cause a drop like that. Especially when the stock is not that popular at the moment. I don't see anybody talking about Virgin Galactic right now. Everybody's talking about, you know, Tesla. They're talking about, you know, SPRT, AMC, etc. Which AMC is up 7% right now. Damn. So I'm probably, yeah, we're probably seeing hedge funds sell into retail right now on Virgin Galactic. They want to get out. Virgin Galactic is being investigated for a flight to space with Branson. It doesn't matter. It's already priced in. When the news is already out, almost 9 out of 10 times, it's already priced into the stock. I mean, the stock is down 60% from all-time highs. Look at that. 5.5% on Didi, and it's flying higher. Alibaba now up 3%. Also flying higher. Virgin Galactic coming back up. I like what I'm seeing so far. So Didi now up 6.1%. It is killing it right now. Some computer algorithm with a hedge fund made that move with Virgin Galactic. Possibly. Wouldn't be surprised. That was a very suspicious move. It went down 1.4% instantly. So we're talking a big load of stock was dropped onto the market. That was not retail. It could be retail, potentially, but I don't think so. I highly, highly doubt that. C3.ai is pulling back up higher. This is the reversal, I think. That's it. The Russell's still managing to pull it off. I would say the Russell relative to the Nasdaq and the S&P is still looking good. Because the Nasdaq and the S&P have been going up for 6 months. The Russell has been staying flat. You can see that right here. We have not seen an all-time high since March. Meanwhile, the Nasdaq, it's been hitting all-time highs every day, it seems. Same for the S&P, by the way. I think. And then you also have the fact that the CPI coming up could be positive for growth stocks. COVID is coming around. And, you know, a potential taper could be delayed until February. Maybe. Although, you know, we're seeing the 10-year go up again. Look at that. It is spiking. But yeah, despite the 10-year spiking 2.9%, Tesla hitting 755, NIO is sitting at 41.5, and we're seeing across the board stocks heading higher. Especially Didi right here. Damn. Up 6.2%. Hold up, let me check something here. We got a 25 euro donation from Koamat Dang. Koamat Dang says, "Hey Gara, what is your thoughts on Robinhood? Thanks." Thank you for that donation. We'll check that in a second. We also had a donation from Jesse Isaacson. It's a 10 euro donation through PayPal. How low do you think Tesla will go for September? Thank you for that, Jesse. We'll take a look at both of these stocks in a second. I want to start off with Robinhood. Right, so with Robinhood, I would say there's not a lot of data on Robinhood. To be clear, Robinhood stock, it was sitting at 35 in July. Then we had the big push from Wall Street Bets, so it pushed it up massively. This is not anecdotal data. We can't use this. This is just a parabolic run that we've seen, and it's going to happen once in a year or something. But then we had the fallout right after, where the stock just pushed lower and lower and lower. And so what we saw here is that this was a solid bottom. It didn't want to go lower than 40. Pushed back up to 50 because we had some bad news. We had some bad news again. And now it's kind of consolidating. It's sort of finding a bottom again. And this seems like it's going to look like a triple bottom. I would say it's looking attractive right now. I don't think Robinhood is going to see their main revenue source, payment for overflow, get removed or anything like that. It might get slightly restricted, though. It could get slightly lower. Maybe hits 42. But I don't think it's going to go much lower than that. And, daily RSI sitting at neutral. We're not seeing it overbought or anything like that. It's not oversold. Not exactly oversold as well. But I think... I would probably say that Robinhood is sitting okay. It's not expensive. It's not too cheap. Maybe we'll see it go back down to 42, maybe. I'm going to say we see it go back to 42, and then we'll see it bounce back to 45. Short term. I think there is a bit of a trend going on here, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we're looking at it probably heading back to 44.5. And then depending on the news cycle, depending what's happening with the payment for overflow situation, I think if it's not going to get bad, obviously it's going to keep moving up. Robinhood is growing really, really fast. They've got lots of money coming in from crypto as well. So we're just waiting for that to be concluding. Short term, I definitely do think we're heading back to 44. No way around that. I don't think Robinhood is coming back to the 30s. Not after the massive amount of publicity and momentum that we had recently. Unless, obviously, payment for overflow is going to get banned, which is their main revenue source. Like 70 or 80% of their revenue comes from that. I don't see Robinhood really coming down that much. Maybe hit 42, but that's pretty much it. So I'm very bullish on Robinhood. Now let's see. We had another one, which was, which one was it again? I forgot the name of it. Let me just briefly look it up. Didi up 5.8%, Baba up 2.7%. That's great. Jesse Isaacson said, "How low do you think Tesla will go for September?" Yeah, I'll take a look at that. We had a $5 donation from Masi Rasoli on PayPal, and it says, "It is Master Can you technical analysis on Neo and Lucid, please? Thank you." Yeah, sure. I'll do that. First, we're gonna take a look at Tesla. Then we're gonna take a look at both Neo and let's just delete everything. Let's have a fresh look at this. Okay, there we go. All right. So, Tesla, where is my boy Tesla going? It's a difficult one, I would say. Yeah, I think what's going to happen here for Tesla, it's probably going to go up further. Like I said previously, we're going to see it go back up to around 770. At this point, you know, with what happened last weekend, I wasn't this bullish on Tesla previously, but then we had Elon and Cathie Wood they both came out on the internet, said that, you know, Tesla is going to go to $3,000. I mean, obviously, it's going to have an impact. I would say we're probably going to just consolidate a little bit and then gradually head up to 770 and then pull back. And I think on that pullback, if we can zoom out a little bit. Maybe we can use this one again. No, that doesn't quite. Oh, there we go. Fantastic. If we see it hit around 770, I could definitely see it drop quite a significant amount. I think back to the lower 700s at least. But the question is, what's the next catalyst for Tesla right now? And I think the next catalyst for Tesla is going to be deliveries. Q3 deliveries Tesla 2020, which is dated on October, early October. And if we take a look at what happened last year for deliveries. So we got deliveries right here. All right, so bottomed out on 24th of September, and then it went up. And we had this event. Went up for that event. Right, so it takes about a week or two before we see some bullishness around that, until people start realizing, oh, we got deliveries coming up. Let's say 2 weeks. So that would be the middle of the month. That's maybe where we could see some bullish momentum. That's in about a week. I still think there's some room left for a correction to the downside. But at this point, I mean, the stock is still moving up. It's up 3.2%. It's hitting new highs, not all-time highs, but new highs. Sitting at 757. We're heading up straight to 770s. Hit resistance, pull back, and then we see a good pullback back to this lower 700 range, potentially around 710 or something. And that would be an amazing buying opportunity for Tesla. And this is also in line with the recent pullbacks that we had, right? This 8.7% pullback. How much was this? Around 10%. Recent pullback here, 10%. So generally speaking, when we see the stock move like this, we get a 10% pullback. Which, you know, if we look at that, that's taking it to $700. I'm going to be a little bit more optimistic. Let's say we go back to 710, maybe 720. Something like this. There's also a chance that Tesla's going to announce something very big and then the stock keeps going up. Or what could also happen is that the markets are just going to move parabolically. In that scenario, it's not going to pull back either. But I'm going to go straight to the middle. We're not going to see it go down that much or up that much. Just based upon the cycle of the catalyst that we see with Tesla, it looks like we still have some space between now and the next catalyst for Tesla to pull back. Especially now it's going up this much. It's going to be quite likely. And then after this pullback, I think we're going to see the real big move. And that's going to be Tesla hitting probably something like $800. Most definitely. Could also hit 720. I think 720 makes a lot more sense. 700 is very low. It's like 10%. Between 700 and 720, right around there. We'll see. Yeah, I'll be waiting for that dip if it happens. If it doesn't happen, that's fine. I mean, I'm holding Tesla stock right now. But I think the lowest we're probably going to see this month is around 700. It's a 10% pullback on Tesla. So Virgin Galactic starting to move. Look at that. Up 2 percentage points. Let me delete this. It was down at some point. Like, it was down a percentage point. Now it's coming back up. Paul Garrett coming in with a 1.6 euro donation and says, I beat everyone out by making a request yesterday. Still waiting. LOL. And now XRP as well, please. Let's see. Thank you for that, Paul. Appreciate it. Yeah, I got a random donation yesterday on when the market was closed from Paul Garrett, saying that he wanted me to look at his stock first or his crypto first when the stream would start. I think I forgot about it. So sorry about that, but let's take a look at Matic and XRP. Yeah, so cryptos are heading down right now, which is not a good thing for these altcoins. Yeah, okay, so it's down 10%. That is insane. That's a lot. Hold up. Yeah, this is a support zone, right? That's what we're seeing here. It's right at the support zone. People are buying it back up. Um, hmm. Yeah, I think a bounce at this point would be likely right now. No, well, look at that. Bitcoin is coming down a lot. Bitcoin is coming down a lot right now. That's 4.7% in one go. That's 1 week prior to the CPI. And I warned about this. I said, guys, listen to me. There is a chance that inflation is slowing down. Cryptocurrencies are very much dependent on inflation. Because if there's no inflation, cryptocurrencies are going to go down rapidly. MACD's crossing on a daily. Ooh, that is very bad. It's now sitting at the 20-day moving average. If it breaks, we're heading down to 1.3 to the 50-day moving average, right? So that's... Ooh, I don't like... I'm going to say we're probably going to bounce slightly, maybe to 1.5, and then keep moving. Keep moving it down. And for XRP... and that would be right around this 1.3 XRP, which is this one. I think the same story. You know, most cryptos are going to be moving down here. I mean, the dollar is spiking like no tomorrow. Hold up, let's see. Right, so XRP sitting at 1.27, down 8.2%. I think also looking like we're probably getting back to these support ranges. Yeah, probably. To the 1.1. Like another 10% to the downside. Yeah, I think that's probably what we're looking at right now. Although, I have to say, on the daily chart, you can see it bounced off the 20-day moving average several times. So I can't... I'm going to say we'll see it probably bounce again on the 20-day moving average. It's going to be right here. So maybe we'll hit the 1.23, bounce a little, and then pull back to this zone right here. And it's going to be on that trend line as well. That'll be pretty good. At around 1.15, 1.13. We are, I would say, initially would bottom out. If, you know, this is going to continue right here. Which it probably will. Now let's go back to Tesla. Oh my god, Tesla's about to hit 760. I am loving it. One moment. Let's see. What do you think of crypto as an investment? When nobody's buying, it's great. When everybody's buying, it's not so great. So when everybody's buying crypto, you kind of want to stay away from crypto. But when everybody thinks crypto is a scam and it's going to keep going down, that's when it's a great investment. But right now, everybody's in crypto. Everybody. Your neighbors are in crypto. The bartender is in crypto. The grocery store manager is in crypto. Everybody's in crypto right now. I don't think it's a good time to get into crypto. I think it's probably one of the worst times to get into crypto. All right. Let's see. Wow, Tesla, my gosh, it is moving really fast. It's about to hit 760, up 3.6%. Beautiful. That is incredibly nutty. Yep, there we go. 760 coming up here for Tesla. Heading up even higher now. Okay, it rejected. It rejected. We're seeing Didi now come back down. Alibaba's coming back down slightly. Tencent, Virgin Galactic, also heading down. Oh, 1 second. There we go. All right, cool. Interesting. We're seeing some of these stocks now cooling off, especially Didi, Alibaba, and AI not exactly cooling off. Tesla's starting to. It's not going down or anything. It's just kind of rejecting the 760. Not willing to go above that, at least at this moment. Cryptos are moving down even further. Look at that. And especially Bitcoin is, taking the lead here. Damn, that is incredibly bloody. Coinbase taking a bit of a hit. We said it was going to spike after it filled this gap. It filled the gap, and it's now heading down. It's probably going to go down quite a bit further, maybe back to 260. Let's see. Yeah, Palantir has not been doing anything today. It seems like whenever the market is focused on all the other stocks out there, Palantir just doesn't get any love. It's down a half a percentage point, sitting at 26.5. I would still say, I would argue it's not bad. But yeah, if you're holding Palantir, I mean, you're feeling it. Everything else is heading up, aside from Palantir. And it's also the other way around. When everything else is heading down, I've seen Palantir go up so incredibly often when that happens. It's really peculiar. Look at that. AMC is about to go to the 50s again. I think we're about to see that happen right here. So it moved to around $50 short term. And we're seeing Didi get annihilated right now. Like absolutely annihilated. It was up 6% and it's now only up 3%. That's kind of sad. What price am I buying Palantir? Honestly, if it gets back to 24, between 24 and 25, I might consider buying more. Right now, with the stock that I have, I'm not going to buy more. I've got plenty at a low average of roughly 24, but I'm not going to buy 26.5. At least not personally, right? I think 26.5 is probably still going to go to 30, but it's a bit of a higher price than what we've recently seen. Not super attractive at that point. Let's see, Tesla is 757.8. Neo is sitting at 41.4. Oh, let me check. Yeah, I need to get some more. Yeah, I think Neo's going to go up to 44 very soon. I'm going to be buying a little bit more Neo right now. Sitting at 41.4 at the moment, up to 2.6%. Oh wow, Didi's like, we had an incredibly beautiful spike and then instantly it gets annihilated. It gets taken down instantly. Do you see that? This is like, this has been the past couple days. It's incredible to see because it's so consistent. We get a big spike, it drops back down. We get a big spike, it drops back down. Big spike, and it's going to drop back down. I think we're going back to $9, honestly. It's very, very predictable. Consistently, almost every single time. It spikes big, comes back down instantly. We haven't seen that with other Chinese stocks. Although with Baba, it's been, every now and then. For example, right here. Goes up, comes back down to right where it was. As that's what you see with the more risky stocks. People are not willing to hold it necessarily. One second. AI pulling back. It is still up 1.6%, but it's pulling back quite a bit. Virgin Galactic up 1.3%. Yeah, we're seeing the market sort of kind of cooling off right now. We got the Dow Jones down 0.8%. You got the Russell down 0.2%. Nasdaq now down 0.4%. We're seeing stocks kind of head down. Meanwhile, the 10-year is still heading up. It's still up 2.6%. Crypto is not taking it. Look at that. Crypto is falling. 5.5% on Bitcoin at the moment. Ethereum is down 6.9%. Cardano down 10%. Big oof. M. Mala coming in here with a 17 Danish krone donation, and says, "Hey, Dr. G, how many stocks of Palantir do you hold?" Roughly 1,000, give or take, right? Roughly 1,000 Palantir across many portfolios, in options and in stocks. It's my biggest position right now. Wait, hold up. What's happening with Bitcoin? It's having a struggle staying above that 50K. Crypto's crashing. It's not crashing, it's correcting, but you know, this could be a crash. It could be that this is the next crash, comparable to what we've seen previously. So it goes back to 30K on Bitcoin, or Ethereum goes back to 2,000. And it would likely take several weeks for that to complete, but I'm saying it could be. I didn't say it can be, but we'll see. We shall see. There we go. I don't think it's time to buy crypto. Not at all. It's time to sell crypto. It's time to sell at the top. That's what I think right now. Frankly. I mean, the prices are still sitting high. You're still getting some good some good prices for your crypto. Palantir is now positive. 0.25%. Yeah, that's good. Palantir's finally spiking back up. It's kind of funny how that works, right? We have cryptos going down substantially, and then Palantir pulls back up 1.5%. Very, very peculiar. Tencent is killing it, up 6%. BYD up 6%. Didi only up 3% relative to the others. And Alibaba is now falling down again. It just does not stop, does it? Things are still looking all right. We're not seeing any kind of huge downturns yet. Interesting. Apple is going up like a rocket ship right now. And what do we say? It could keep going up for a couple more percentage points. But it's most likely going to correct big time when we see that September event coming up for Apple. Because that is the catalyst. That's why it's running up. It's because of that event that's coming up with the product releases for the iPhone and for, I think it was the iMac or the MacBooks. And it happens almost every single year. It goes up before the event, comes back down right after. Interesting. I think we've seen it. I think we've seen everything so far, and I think the market is cooling off right around lunchtime, which is coming up. But yeah, the markets are red. S&P is going down 0.4%. The Dow Jones is down 0.8%. The Russell is now down 0.3%. Everything is heading down. The dollar's heading up. The 10-year spiking. Bonds are coming down in price. Yeah, so people are selling off their bonds. They're selling off their stocks. And the overall markets are bloody. But some stocks are doing pretty good. All right. Is this worrisome? Look at that. Precious metals going down as well. Yeah, the Apple Watch 7 is going to be released too. Will be pretty interesting. This is kind of interesting, right? We haven't seen anything like this before, where the dollar is spiking, the 10-year is spiking, and stocks are going down simultaneously. Is this the correction? Maybe. Maybe. I mean, we're seeing a big downturn on the Dow Jones. Nah, this is not it. This is not it. This is just a small correction. Probably. Yeah. Probably a rotation, you know, from value to growth. Right before CPI. Yep. All right, I'm going to be wrapping up this current live stream. Obviously, it's not Monday today, it's Tuesday. We have 4 days this week for us to be covering the markets. So in the weekend, I'm going to do an extra live stream. I think it's only fair. And yeah, so we're going to be live in about another 3 hours. So in 3 hours, we're going to have the second live stream for market close. Okay? Make sure you hit the like button if you enjoyed the stream. Check out the social medias. We have a Twitter, Instagram, Discord community. And if you want to support the stream, there's a Patreon as well, which, you know, you can find that in the description right below. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you can be notified for the next live stream. Hitting that notification bell helps a lot. All right. Have a good one, everybody. Good luck with trading. And I'll see you in a couple hours. See you very, very soon.